My beloved child, stop for a moment. Feel the weight of what I am about to say. You left even me speechless, my child. Do you understand what that means? I, who see the beginning from the end, who formed the mountains and commanded the seas, who knows every thought before it is spoken. I felt so moved when I looked at you last season that you have no idea. The enemy tried to crush you, not because you were perfect or because you never had problems, but because of what they found out about you. Do not scroll, do not wait. This truth has to be told now. If you rush through this moment, you might miss the news that heaven has planned for you. This is not fun to say. This is not a mistake. This is not just another message. This is a divine break in your plans. I meant for this to be a stop. I purposefully led your steps here. I purposefully let your eyes land on this moment in the spiritual world. Something very interesting has been found out about you. Even though you were busy trying to stay alive and get through the day, heaven was watching your heart. Angels watched as you kept going. The enemy kept a close eye on you and hoped you would fall. But what was found inside you shocked everyone, even those who did not believe you. 99% of people will never hear this, but you were picked to receive it. Not because you are better than other people, or because you have done everything right. It is because your heart has shown itself to be able to hold revelation without fear or pride. A lot of people want the truth, but not many can handle it. A lot of people want to be chosen, but not many are willing to go through the process that selection needs. You kept going. You are not like most people. It was not by chance that you were put on this earth. I put something inside you from the moment I made you that cannot be easily destroyed. There is a depth to you that you might not fully understand. You are strong in ways that even surprised you. When life pushed you hard, there was something inside you that would not break. That refusal was not stubbornness. I placed that strength there a long time ago, before you were born. This moment was planned. I knew there would be a day when I would tell you this truth, before you took your first breath, before you made your first mistake, before you felt let down. I knew there would come a time when you would start to doubt your worth, your calling, and even whether you were important at all. I also knew there would come a time when I would pull back the curtain and show you what I had been hiding about you. If you do not pay attention to this, heaven may take longer to reveal who you are. I am not making a threat. I want to invite you. Please lean in. Do not just brush this off as a feeling. Do not think it is by chance. You ask me to be clear. You ask me to show you the real you. I am now going to answer. I am going to tell you what was found out about you and why it changes everything right now. First, you need to shut down the voice that says this cannot be about me. It is about you. Yes, you who almost gave up but did not. You who cried behind closed doors but were kind to everyone else. You who did not feel seen but chose to be honest. Anyway, you who were weak but kept going. Even I could not say anything because your core did not break when everything else did. When betrayal came calling, you did not become what hurt you. You did not curse me when delay made you wait too long, even when loneliness told you lies. You did not give up completely on hope. There were times when you were almost broken, when your faith seemed weak at night. Something in you kept pulling you back to me. Even though you thought you were barely making it, heaven was keeping track of how hard you were working. I was carefully looking at your heart while you thought no one was watching. What I found was rare. Not perfect or flawless, but rare. When convenience went away, I found loyalty. I found faith that flickered, but would not go out. I saw humility where pride could have grown. Even after you were hurt, I saw compassion in you. That combination does not happen very often. That is why most people will never hear this truth. A lot of people give up when they feel pain. Many become angry when put to the test. When there is too much silence, many people walk away, You did not really walk away. You believed the little things you did not matter. You thought that no one could see your quiet obedience. You thought that being calm when you wanted to fight back was a sign of weakness. But it was not weakness. It was a sign that something deeper was growing inside you. You are not like most people. You carry spiritual weight. There is something inside you that you have not yet fully appreciated. The enemy knew about it before you did. That is why the attacks felt so targeted. That is why the pressure felt so strong. That is why hopelessness tried to hang over you like a thick cloud. He wanted you to forget who you are before you found out. But what I put in you cannot be taken away by hardship. You cannot erase what I wrote in your spirit by disappointment. What was discovered about you this past season is that you have the endurance to carry more responsibility. You have a humble spirit that can handle blessing. You have depth that can receive revelation. Now this truth must come out, because you need to know who you are for the next season. You cannot move forward thinking you are small. If you think you are not important, you cannot carry what I am about to give you. Do not wait. Do not scroll away from the call. There is no need to hide who you are. The point of this truth is not to boost your ego. It is meant to make you trust me even more. Even I was speechless, my child, not because of how well you performed, but because of how hard you tried. You got through what was meant to shut you down. What you went through was meant to show how weak you are, and instead of falling apart completely, you grew stronger roots. I am now going to tell you something that will change the way you see your past, your present, and your future. The truth about you can no longer be kept secret. You will never look at yourself the same way again once you know it. My beloved child, since you have been living this season without realizing what was being watched, I will now reveal what was found out about you in the unseen realm. While you went about your days and tried to keep it together, heaven was keeping a close eye on your heart. The deepest part of you that you thought no one really saw. Not your looks, not your success, not your outward strength. When there was silence around you, I looked into your heart. When your prayers did not seem to be answered, I looked at it. When you were let down by people you trusted, I looked at it. I looked deeper than your outward reactions to see how you really felt. And what was found there made heaven take notice. You thought you were just barely making it. You thought you were weak. You thought your tears meant you were failing. But heaven found something else when they looked closely at you. You had hidden strength inside you, not loud or boastful strength, but quiet strength that cannot be broken. Your core did not fall apart when the pressure rose. It bent. It shook a little, but it did not break all the way. You still whispered my name, even when you were not sure. You looked for me, even when you felt like I had left you. That persistence revealed something special about you. The enemy was surprised by your loyalty under pressure. He thought you would leave right away. He thought your sadness would turn into anger. He thought your confusion would lead to rebellion. Instead, you held your pain while holding on to me. He was shocked by that. He looked at your weak spots and thought you would fall too far to recover. You did not, though. You have no idea how closely your actions were being watched. It mattered every time you chose to be calm instead of reactive. It made a difference every time you chose patience over anger. It mattered every time you chose honesty over compromise, even when giving in would have been easier. These were not small moments. They showed how spiritually deep you were during hard times. Your faith was revealed. Before this season, you thought your faith was not very strong because it made you feel things. But faith is not measured by how steady you feel. It is measured by how long you hold on. Even though it was shaking, your faith stayed. When happiness and comfort went away, a shaking faith was still faith. When answers did not come right away, you kept praying. Even when there was not much evidence, you kept trusting. You kept hoping even when it seemed risky to do so. That showed what was really going on inside you. Real faith, not religion, not performance faith. Some nights when you cried, you felt weak. But heaven did not see weakness. Heaven saw someone who refused to give up. There were times when you were worn out from trying so hard. Heaven did not see failure. Heaven saw that you kept going. At times you asked me questions, but you never cursed me while you did that. The connection was not broken. You had trouble, but you stayed. Heaven was moved by your perseverance. My beloved child, when you stayed faithful even when things got hard. The unseen world took notice. When you fought the urge to give up completely, your spirit was honored. You may not have seen anyone cheer. There may not have been visible joy in your heart, but there was recognition. You did not see how much you were growing spiritually. You thought too much about what you did not have. You compared yourself to people who seemed louder, stronger, more sure of themselves. You believed you were behind. You felt weak because you had fallen far. You could see how much was happening on the outside, but not on the inside. Growth is often hard to see at first. Fruit does not appear until the roots have formed. When things were hardest for you, your roots grew deeper. You learned not to depend on cheers but on me. You learned to seek my voice instead of approval from other people. You learned to sit through pain without running from it right away. That is spiritual maturity, and it was quietly taking shape in you. You thought you were weak because the pain was so bad. But the truth is that being sensitive is not a sign of weakness. It has depth. It shows that your heart is still open, still feeling, still alive. You wrestled with doubt instead of ignoring it. That is honesty in faith. You cried instead of pretending. That means you were willing to be real. Heaven looked at your heart and saw strength where you saw weakness. It found loyalty where you thought people saw tiredness. It found humility where pride might have grown. It still carried love for others even after you were hurt. In a spiritual way, you are rare. Take some time to let that truth settle. Right now, I want you to do something that seems simple but carries spiritual weight. Accept this truth. Make it your own. Not just as a habit, but as a declaration. Picture yourself agreeing with what heaven says about who you really are. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. In a spiritual way, you are rare. Rare because you kept going without becoming hard. Rare because you went through pain without becoming mean. Rare because you passed the test without giving up your faith completely. When things are going well, many people can praise me. Many people can speak out when they see blessings. But when comfort wears off, when silence lasts a long time, when disappointment cuts deep, many people pull away. You did not fully pull back. You did not leave me, even when you stepped back in shock. The enemy saw your tears and thought you had lost. But heaven saw your tears and knew you were strong. The enemy thought the stress would break you for good. But pressure revealed what you were made of. You grew in discernment without fully realizing it. Little things that you used to miss started to stand out to you. You became better at recognizing what was not true. You started to trust my quiet voice more than the loud voices around you. That growth took place where no one could see it. You did not see how your humility grew. You used to feel like you had to shout to defend yourself. But this season taught you to be still. You learned that you could trust me with your name. That is what true strength looks like. You did not see how your compassion grew after being hurt. You learned to understand people who are struggling. You became kinder, not harder. That is spiritual maturity. Heaven looked into your heart and discovered something rare, my beloved child. Not perfection, not flawless behavior, but a spirit that would not completely disconnect. A heart that kept coming back. a soul that never fully gave up. You believed you were weak. In a spiritual way, you are rare. Everything changes now that this is known, because uncommon things carry great value. Things that are rare are given more responsibility. Things that are rare are carefully protected. What you went through could have made you bitter. What you went through could have made you silent. But even through your doubts, you still reached out to me. That is why I say it again. You left me speechless. Not because I did not know what you were capable of. It was beautiful to watch it unfold under pressure. You are stronger than you believe. You are more complex than you think. You are better than you know. You are ready. You need to change how you see yourself now that this truth has been revealed. Do not call yourself weak anymore. Do not say that you are behind in a spiritual way. You are rare. You kept going. You stayed. You changed in ways you could not see. And heaven has seen it all. My beloved child, I will now tell you why this truth about you has been kept hidden until now. Because you have been wondering why I did not speak to you sooner. Why I let you walk around in doubt. What I was doing while you were searching for answers. You thought I was quiet because I was not close. You thought I did not tell you the truth because you were not good enough. But the truth is more complex and full of care. In Revelation, timing is everything. Some truths are healing when they arrive at the right moment, and they are too much to handle when they arrive too soon. If I had told you this about yourself before the shaping, before the stretching, before the quiet battles, it would not have strengthened you the way it does now. It might have fed your pride. It might have produced fear. It might have taken your attention away from the steps you needed to take. You might not have understood it fully. It is possible you would have tried to perform instead of simply walk in your calling. You may have chased praise instead of growth. You may have begun protecting an identity you were not yet ready to carry. Pride does not always shout, my child. Sometimes it speaks very quietly. When praise comes too early, it can grow slowly, like a vine around something that has not yet set its roots. If I had told you this before your humility developed, you might have used it to compare yourself to others, instead of to serve them. And that would have damaged your spirit more than anything else. But fear can also get in the way. If I had told you this truth before your courage grew, you might have pulled away from it entirely. You might have thought, that cannot be me. You might have felt the weight of it and retreated into fear. You might have doubted your ability to carry what I was giving you. That is why I prepared your heart first. Preparation always comes before revelation. I had to help you become stable. I needed you to experience weakness, so you could see that your strength comes from me, not from yourself. The test had to happen before the foundation could hold the weight of what would be revealed. When pressure is put on a structure that has not yet been fully built, it collapses. So I was quietly building your inner strength while you were not watching. I was deepening your humility, testing your patience, and sharpening your senses. There was a great deal of building happening. You thought the test was only about how long you could last, but it was also about how ready you were becoming. Readiness to carry truth without distorting it. Readiness to accept affirmation without becoming proud. Readiness to answer a calling without being crushed by it. My silence was protection. That is what I need you to hear. My silence was protection. The reason I did not publicly affirm you right away was that I wanted to keep you safe from outside pressure you were not yet ready to face. I kept you from attention that could have become a distraction. If I withheld some things from you, it was to help you grow without the added weight of exposure. You felt forgotten at times, but you were being formed. You felt overlooked at times, but you were growing in secret. Growth that takes place in silence is stronger than growth that takes place under a crowd's attention. I waited because you were not yet ready to receive this truth, not because you were not valuable, but because you were not yet ready. Maturity is needed to carry revelation. Stability is needed to hold your identity. Humility is needed to walk in a calling. Revelation changes the way you walk. Once you know who you are, what you do changes. Your standards rise. Compromise becomes harder for you. You begin to understand the full weight of responsibility. If that shift had happened too soon, before your character was ready, it could have been too much. Before you could understand capacity, you had to know what it felt like to be limited. You had to experience delay before you could appreciate timing. Before you could understand strength, you had to know what it was like to be weak. That sequence was planned. Before I told you who you really are, I had to remove some things. I had to loosen your grip on validation. I had to break the habit of needing approval before moving forward in obedience. I had to remove some attachments that would have pulled you backward the moment you stepped forward. Because now that I have told you this truth, you have what it takes to hold it well. Your heart is still enough to receive this without grasping. Your spirit is soft enough to carry it without pride. Your mind is strong enough to believe it without fear. I waited. I waited while you cried. I waited while you doubted. I waited while you wrestled. Not because I did not care, but because I was paying attention. I was waiting for the moment when your strength and your humility would balance each other, when your need for me would outweigh your desire for attention, when your faith would be deep enough to hold responsibility. Now is that time. You are not the same person you were at the start of this season. You are steadier. You are less reactive. You have developed discernment. You know that you need me more deeply now. Because of that maturity, this truth can be safely spoken. The silence protected you from early exposure. The delay protected you from reaching an unstable height. The hidden season protected you from foundations that were not yet firm. Understand this, my beloved child. Revelation is not withheld to hurt you. It is timed to strengthen you. There is wisdom in the gradual revealing of things. If I had shown you everything all at once, if I had declared who you were before you had been tested, you might have doubted it when things grew difficult. But you have been through the wrestling. You have grown through it. And now you can receive this truth and know it to be real. I waited because you were not ready, but now you are ready. Your humility now anchors you. Your endurance now steadies you. Your wisdom now protects you. Your faith now keeps you standing. This truth will not inflate you. It will ground you. It will not overwhelm you. It will align you. The silence was not absence. It was preparation. The delay was not rejection. It was safety. The waiting was not punishment. It was positioning. Finally, the veil is lifted so that your heart can hold what has been revealed. Something important is close, something that needs your full attention. The silence over your life is ending. The hidden season has done what it was meant to do. Now I need you to be present to what is happening right now, my beloved child. As you walk through what has been your silent season, you must now understand something that was happening beneath the surface. The enemy tried to conceal this truth about you. He knew something before you did, without you even realizing it. He understood how heavy what I placed inside you truly was. He tried to distort what I planted because he could not destroy it. He could not erase who you were, so he tried to make you believe you were someone else. There was quiet spiritual opposition against you. It was not always dramatic. It was not always loud. Sometimes it looked like subtle discouragement. Thoughts that felt like your own came with it. Sometimes it came through the words of other people. But those moments were attempts to reshape how you saw yourself. The enemy knew that if you ever truly understood who you are in me, you would act differently. You would speak differently. You would stop making yourself smaller. You would stop apologizing for being alive. You would stop settling for less than what I have for you. And that would make his hold on your mind far less secure. So he worked, he whispered, lies about your value. Not enough, he said softly. He told you that your mistakes defined you until they felt like permanent marks on your identity. He played your failures on repeat. He made your flaws look worse and your progress look slower. He wanted you to see nothing unique, nothing strong, nothing remarkable about yourself when you looked in the mirror. There were times when you believed him. There were times when his lies felt louder than my voice. You believed you were behind everyone else. You believed you were missing something that others had naturally. You thought your struggles were evidence that you were less chosen, less valuable, less capable. Comparison became one of his most effective tools. He placed people before you who seemed to be further along. He let you see their success, their confidence, their visibility, and slowly, comparison began to shrink your sense of self. You began to measure yourself by timelines that were never meant for you. You began to judge your progress by standards that were never designed to apply to your life. Comparison drew your attention away from your own growth. Because of it, you forgot how far you had come. It kept you from seeing how strong you actually were, but you were never called to be anyone else. You were called to become the person I made you to be. The attacks were intentional. They were targeted. You were being discouraged precisely because you were close to a breakthrough. As you went deeper, doubt grew stronger. As your discipline increased, temptation intensified. These patterns were not random. They were attempts to make you question who you were before you knew it for certain. Some thoughts entered your mind that felt strange but believable. You are not special. You will never get through this. You are too damaged. It is too late for you. Those were not truth. They were seeds planted in the hope that they would take root and grow. But here is what the enemy did not anticipate. Your spirit refused to fully believe those lies. You resisted them. You felt them. You wrestled with them in your heart. But you did not want to fully agree with them. That resistance proved you were still alive to the truth. The enemy tried to hide who you were by keeping you in disappointment. He tried to use pain to make you rewrite your story. He tried to label your past mistakes as permanent. He seemed to believe that your struggle was evidence that I had forgotten you. But the truth lived on. Your spirit pushed back against every lie that was spoken over you. Every attempt to damage your confidence fell short in some way. You may have doubted yourself at times, but you did not completely let go of your faith. You may have questioned your calling, but you did not sever your connection to me. What I put in, you cannot be taken away. Pay close attention to that. What I put in, you cannot be taken away. Not by failure, not by rejection, not by delay, not by comparison, not by spiritual attack. I am the source of a deep identity. It cannot be erased by circumstances. The enemy has not changed it. Hard times have not destroyed it. It may have been hidden for a while. It may have been buried beneath sadness, but it is still whole. The enemy could only try to distort it. He was never able to delete it. Attacks were made against you to make you question who you are, but doubt does not erase truth. It only challenges you to find it again. You felt something pulling you back toward hope, even at your weakest. That pull was me, the truth, holding on under pressure. At times, you almost accepted the lie that you were ordinary in a diminished way, that you had nothing special or important to offer. But every time you began to settle into that thought, I stirred something in you. I whispered to you quietly that you are more than what you see. The enemy wanted you to be consumed by your exhaustion. He wanted you to see every delay as a reason to stop. But waiting does not cancel a design. Pressure does not eliminate a purpose. He tried to use shame to conceal the truth. Shame for past choices, shame for mistakes, shame for your weaknesses. Shame tries to silence who you are. Shame tries to keep you from being seen. Shame tries to keep you from receiving truth. But I did not make you to live in shame. I designed you to walk in freedom. Shame may have come to your door, but it did not take over your life. The truth stood strong through every attempt to destroy it. Someone reading this right now has been through a great deal, things that would have ended other people. And yet here you are, still standing, still believing, still pressing forward. You have made it. You are not just commenting when you declare it. Even when you did not know who you were, there was still something steady about you, something strong. Even when you felt weak, something inside you still mattered. Even when you did not feel seen, I placed that in you. The enemy cannot create anything. He can only bend what already exists. He cannot change what I have written. He can only try to distract you from it. And that distraction does not last forever. You are not the lie that was spoken over you. You are not the fear that tried to define you. You are not the comparison that tried to make you feel smaller. What I put in you cannot be taken away. It may have been tested, it may have been questioned, but it remains. The enemy tried to hide this truth from you because he knows that the moment you fully accept it, you will rise with a confidence that comes from me alone. You will stop negotiating from a place of fear. You will stop working in partnership with doubt. You will stop speaking diminishing words over yourself. Everything changes because of that shift. My beloved child, being opposed is often a sign of value. The intensity of the attack revealed the importance of what you carry. The pressure you felt was not random. It was connected to your potential, but the truth lived on, held by me. It stayed beneath the surface, waiting for the right time to emerge. That time is now. You were never removed. You were never set aside. You were never reduced to your lowest moment. What I put in you cannot be taken away. It is still there. It is still alive. You were picked in a different way. Not pride that separates you. Not arrogance, but a weight that most people will never have to carry. There are many people who will keep walking without ever discovering what is inside them. But you were chosen to know, and when you know, you carry responsibility. Do not confuse being chosen with being given an easy path. This is not ease. When I say you were picked in a different way, I am not promising a smooth road. I am pointing to a calling that requires maturity. That is why you were tested. That is why you were refined. That is why the silence before this truth was told left you stretched and wondering. Many people want to be chosen but not disciplined for it. Many want power without humility. Many want revelation without accountability. But you were shaped in secret, because what you carry cannot be entrusted to someone who is not yet stable. Your heart beat differently when you were under pressure. You became softer while others hardened. Others walked away, but you stayed and wrestled. While others chose anger, you struggled, but still leaned toward forgiving. That difference is significant. That difference carries meaning. You have spiritual capacity inside you that you do not yet fully understand. But it has been quietly taking shape. Power does not need to announce itself. It does not boast. It does not need your attention to grow. When there is chaos, spiritual authority stays calm. It brings stillness in storms. It changes the atmosphere without shouting. While you were hidden, that capacity developed. It grew while you were not looking at it. It grew while you worked hard without recognition. You did not need a visible platform for what I was building. You did not waste the quiet years. The unseen seasons were not empty. They were the foundation of what is coming. And now that you know this truth, you need to walk accordingly, not with arrogance, but with calm assurance. Not loudly, but steadily. Not comparing yourself to others, but resting in how I made you. You were picked in a different way. There is no other path exactly like yours. Your time will not be the same as everyone else's. Your task will not look like everyone else's. That is by design. That is how it was meant to be. Comparison will try to return. It will tell you that you are behind schedule, that you are less than others, that you missed something, but you were chosen differently. The measurements that work for other people do not define you. I applied a different standard when I shaped you. By that measure, you are not lacking. Right now, you are exactly where you are meant to be. After the truth has been shown, do not let the enemy push you back into fear. After heaven has spoken, do not let old lies return. In a spiritual way, you are rare. You were picked in a different way, and what I put inside you cannot be taken away. Begin moving as if you know this. Not with pride, but with peace. Not with striving, but with rest. You have been carrying too much weight for too long. You have been walking under uncertainty for too long. Now you know. Now you understand. Now you are aware of what was found out about you. My child, even I was left speechless, because your heart proved itself true in secret. What you went through was intended to break you. You stayed when it would have been easier to leave. You grew when it seemed impossible, and heaven paid attention. My beloved child, this truth changes the way you live. From now on, you are not permitted to speak about yourself the way you used to. Do not say you have been forgotten when I remember you. Do not call yourself weak when you have survived things that most people could not endure. Do not say you are ordinary when I have called you unique. Words carry weight. How you speak about yourself matters. Let your words align with what I have told you. Say this quietly or aloud. I am spiritually rare. What was meant to break me could not. I carried faith even when it was heavy. I stayed when leaving was tempting. Heaven has seen me. I want you to do something right now when you feel the weight of this love settling on your heart. Let it in. This is not just a moment to acknowledge. This is your spiritual agreement that God is releasing something and you are receiving it. Your yes to the blessings He is preparing is a posture, not a performance. Do not do it as a habit. Do it now as an act of faith. I am not like the lie that was told about me. I have not been forgotten. I am not weak. I was picked in a different way. Let those words sit with you. Let them push out the old accusations. Let them silence the lies that have been repeated too many times. The enemy was wrong about who you are. You are what I say you are. I have declared you rare. I have declared you faithful. I have said that you are ready. The silence is over. The hidden season has completed its purpose. What was built in secret will become visible in ways you cannot yet fully imagine. Not that you will become loud or proud or pushy, but what is inside you cannot stay hidden forever. A light that has been covered will eventually be found. A structure built on a deep foundation will eventually stand. Fruit will be produced by roots that have grown far below the surface. You are now entering a season of being seen. Not attention for your ego, but visibility for my glory. Not recognition to make people like you, but a platform to accomplish what I have called you to do. The same inner strength that sustained you in hiddenness will also sustain you in visibility. The humility built in silence will keep you grounded when people begin to notice. The steady flame of faith that flickered but would not go out will be what they see. You did not go through that process for nothing. You were not refined by chance. The process had a purpose. The pain was intentional. The waiting had a reason. Now the purpose is being revealed. Do not be afraid of it. Do not let fear make you shrink back into who you were before this journey began. You are not that person anymore. You are different now. You are deeper now. You have changed in ways that are difficult to put into words, but I can measure it. And I declare that you are ready. You are ready to carry this truth without shame, without fear, without needing to alter it to make it more comfortable. This is your moment, my beloved child. You have been waiting for this shift. not just a change in circumstances, but a transformation in how you understand your own identity. You now know what was found out about you. You now understand why there had to be silence. You now know that what I placed inside you cannot be taken back. And you now know that you were chosen in a way that is altogether different. Move forward in that truth. Let it guide your decisions. Let it anchor your confidence. Let it silence the lies that try to return. My child, you made me speechless, and heaven is still in awe of what it found in you. Now go and live your life like you know who you are. You were seen. You were known. And today, you have been reminded of that. Hold this moment close. Let it mark you. You have been called rare, and from this day forward, walk like you believe it.